I am very transparent with my game. I do not like people who play the game. And Frankie is very good at this. He's literally so nice to every single person. But for me, it's like triggering, like, okay, I can't trust you because you don't like that person, but you are like acting like you do. Is that me?
So when she spoon and like a BB moment, which is like a beautiful black moment. Did we get any of those in this episode?
Black.
We have a chaotic vibe moment of the
Chaotic vibe moment. And you're watching Black by Reality.
with Black by Baddies.
And those who love us.
Hi, Nicole. I am Nicole Weaver from Black by Reality podcast. I am so happy to speak with you. How are you doing today?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so excited to talk to you. I mean, I when you got the call, because you did say before you didn't want to do Big Brother ever again. I know 6 days is such a better time commitment, and you've already talked about, it's better because you have a family now. But I'm wondering, once the kids get older, do you think maybe you would get in the ring again for a full season?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, I can't even imagine like my 45-year-old self. Like, I'm 31 right now. So let's say even like 10 years from now, like, I can't imagine myself doing it, which is because I started when I was 21. And
Mhm.
so the fact that like 10 years later, I guess I still feel like I'm like a young like adult.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I'm 31. I'm like, wait, if I go back again, like, I don't know if I would have it in me to be gaming with, like I feel like I just don't know if I have it in me. So I would probably do it if it like aligned with my life. I'd say in the next like 10 years, if it aligned perfectly and I was feeling gutsy, maybe I would,
Mhm.
but don't count on it.
I mean, I probably will. Nicole, I just feel like this is something that you're so good at for whatever reason. And and yeah, like I just have so much more to talk about. So actually that's one of my questions. Now you have made it to the end and won once, you've made it place third in another. Now you have won this spinoff. I mean, what would you say is like the biggest factor you think of your success in this show?
um, Genuinity.
Yeah.
I think I also think people from Michigan do well on this show because I think we have like that Midwestern charm a little bit that's like, I don't know, like there's got to be something to it, right? I think that people don't like me if they're watching me on TV, but if they're playing in the game with me, it's different because I feel like I don't know. It makes me feel good because the people in the house like will always like want to save me or help me or
Mm,
support me in ways, and I feel like that's saying something, right?
yeah.
Like you at home on your TV seeing little clips, like it's different for you. It's
Yeah.
different. So I think my social game is what I've always relied on. I was scared to come back because it was challenges, and I'm not good at challenges, but now I'm kind of okay at them. And, uh sorry, someone's ringing the doorbell again. Anyways, I just like the challenges. I was scared. I was like, "How can I make this game more social?" Because going in, they're like, "It's 70%, challenges, 30% social." I'm like, "Oh, great. Like, I need social." Uh, and also having, like, past relationships with like, you're not coming in as a newbie, you're coming in with, like, you've met these people before, you see them on the internet, there's people who hang out all the time, there's people like me who live in literally the middle of nowhere, and I don't the closest person to me is probably 2.5 hours away, and it might be Dan Giesling, I don't know for sure, but so that's, like, also it's scary for me because 'cause I'm like, "Dang it, like, these people are close," they
Mhm.
hang out in their free time, so, like, going back on anything now, there's so much more to consider than just I don't know where I'm taking this question, and I apologize,
I don't know, you're good.
but there's some information I haven't divulged today, so there you go.
let's talk about genuinity, because I think too, like I talked about Reindeer Games with Izzy from Big Brother 25, and we were both like, it has to be the in-person like relationships that you have. And we also kind of compared you to Suri, of like, you both were nurses, and hopefully nurses are good with people and is like caring and makes you feel at ease in a stressful situation. Um, Now, when it comes to the audience, which I don't really want to focus as much, but you also have brought it up, I think they question the genuinity. I think the biggest critique was like, I just want Nicole to own her game and own this and that. And I think you do come off as a very like humble person, and I think that's what people are questioning. Like, they kind of want in the diary room a sneaky Nicole
Yeah.
being like, this is what I'm up to, da da da. What do you think of like that perception of questioning maybe your self-doubt? Because even when you're like, I'm not good at challenges, I'm like, Nicole, you're good at challenges. I don't think you've ever been seen as someone bad at challenges.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So where should I start with this? Where
It's
was
just, what do you think of, where's that self-doubt? I think that's it. I think people are like, you come across as like a lot of, not me, I'm not a big threat, like I'm not good at this and this as other people. But at this point, I think
okay?
you're one of the best winners ever.
So I naturally I shrink myself so others can feel better. That's like part of my personality.
Mhm.
I am never like attention seeking per se, which is weird because I was on TV, but like I don't know if you guys know this, but like on my first season I didn't talk for like 11 days, and they like had to check on me and see if I was okay because I'm an introvert and it was like very overwhelming for me. And so I like one-on-one conversations with people. I'm not good in groups.
I'm the
Um
same. I'm the same.
and so I think like taking that time to really maybe connect with people and like, and I don't fake, I don't kiss butt at all. Like, I do not. If I don't feel that connection with you or I feel like you're giving off bad energy, I just kind of like, it's bad, but I ignore you. Like, I will be nice to you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like have a sit down coffee chat with you for game. I am very transparent with my game. I do not like people who play the game. And Frankie is very good at this. He's literally so nice to every single person. But for me, it's like triggering, like, okay, I can't trust you because you don't like that person, but you are like acting like you do. Is that me? So I think like being very transparent and my actions matching my words on what I'm telling people, I think that's a really big reason on why I also do well in the game.
Nice. We heard a lot of talk of the women wanting to work together. And obviously we got a women final two, which was great, but obviously there was still some backstabbing. Like, Danielle got knocked out before more of the men. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, who would you say were your closest allies that you actually really wanted to go to the end with?
So first day one, made an alliance with the girls. It just didn't air for a while, so then I kind of, now I realize it's because they had a side alliance with Xavier and Josh, which makes sense. But I did want to, obviously, like, I wanted girl power, and then also my best chances I thought would be beating Danielle, Brittany, and Taylor. Like, ideally, if I had to compete against anyone to save myself, that's who I'd want to compete against. So it made sense strategically and it made sense for me emotionally. So there really was no like deterring from that. And I kind of wish I would have, I don't know, like in the moment of picking Taylor or Frankie, I'm pretty sure I would have made Frankie go to stay in a showdown because that's how like I was feeling. Because people were like, oh, she wouldn't have picked, like, you can't be mad at Taylor for throwing in Nicole because she would have picked to save Frankie, but in that moment, I wouldn't have. I would have saved Taylor. And so it's just, I loved Frankie and loved playing with him, but I did not want to compete against him. And he knows that. Like, he's
Yeah.
the best, hands down, the best competitor I've ever played with in any season of anything.
Yeah.
So I would want him out, and I would have to kind of I would have had to strategically talk him into it and say, hey, look, I really want, you're the only one that can take out Josh, and da da da. Like, I would have tried my best to like sugarcoat it, but I
Okay.
think silly to like leave in the biggest targets.
Yeah. We saw Taylor's line of thinking a lot in the diary rooms, but I don't think we got to see as much of yours. So, what's something that you wish fans saw when it came to your strategy?
I like to blend in. I like to, kind of sink back in the chair a little bit. Taylor and I's games couldn't be more opposite. Like she's very like like what you see in the DR. Like it's just completely opposite. So I guess like there's so many different ways to win these games, and you're seeing firsthand like the final two's different approaches.
Mhm.
And for me, I guess like strategy wise, I threw every single naughty and nice challenge up until the key one. I never wanted to win. I felt like I was too good with everybody. But so I would throw all those. Because you had to give someone a disadvantage. It just wasn't
Yeah.
good. And we just didn't have enough time to show like strategies with everybody. Um, Taylor was probably the best at like explaining her strategy, and she won a lot of comps, and it probably made the most sense to like have her.
Hmm.
And she was very like um confident in her decisions and stuff. Where for me, like they would try to say like, who would you? It felt bad. I felt bad, and this might be the owning the game thing. I feel I'm a Cancer, so I have like so many emotions, and yes, I want Frankie out. I
Hmm.
feel so bad saying that because he's such a good friend to me. Like, there's a time that you guys didn't see, like, I had a breakdown on day 2. I was missing my son, like, off camera, and he, like, fixed my makeup and, like, hugged me. And it was just, like, such a genuinely great moment that, like, holds such a big place in my heart. And so, like, if I'm in there saying, I want him out, like, it just, like, that's why it just feels, like, icky to me. Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like a good person. And
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part about Big Brother. You're living with these people, you're getting to know them, and you don't have your loved one. So it's like, and then you're supposed to like betray them.
betray
It's
the
really
people that
hard.
are literally taking care of you, that are
Yeah,
literally stable. Yeah, it's hard.
yeah. Would you try a different game? There's a lot of legends, Big Brother legends, who are moving on over to the Traitors. Would you try that out?
Maybe I would maybe try Traitors. I could try that. I think I could. I mean, the thing is like now that I've won twice, I feel like now it's kind of I'm doomed. But hey, I'd love to try something different. Why not?
You're
But yeah,
not.
yeah, I think I could do Traitors maybe. I liked watching that.
Would you be a faithful? Would you want to be a faithful, or would you
Yeah,
want to be
people.
faithful?
I'd be a terrible traitor. Terrible. I'm not even joking. I'd be so, so, so bad.
Yeah, it
Um,
would be entertaining though, I think. I think and it levels the playing field, you know.
yeah.
Um just making sure we're good on time. Okay. So my question is, you talked about having, your past with Cody, and then but I noticed when you win, he's the one you jump into his arms. So can you talk a little bit of that connection?
Yeah, so okay, Cody is kind of like he's a brother. He's my brother. I feel like when I saw him, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, there's my annoying like or cousin or something like,
Yeah.
I love you. I'm just annoyed with you type feeling. And I will say, haven't said this yet. I have to give credit to Cody when I was doing the antlers.
Mhm.
I was like giving up in my head. Like I was like, this is so hard. Like she's gonna be done. Like Nicole, like when you're just self-doubting, like whatever. And I'm like trying to get these antlers, and he was just like encouraging me, like, Nicole, like focus, you got this. And that's all I could hear. And so when I won, I said, Cody, like you helped me get through this. Like he helped me. And it's like little moments like that, like that's gonna mean so much to me forever because no one else was encouraging me in that moment. Do you get it? Like
Mhm.
you're just kind of waiting for that one voice of like encouragement, and it was him. And so yeah, I think like when I won, he looked so genuinely happy for me. Like the most genuine anyone could ever look, and like I'll never forget his face. And it just made me feel so good, like to see how happy he was for me, and that he helps me in like a time of need when he didn't have to. He could be like, suffer, like you're fine. And so that felt so good. So yeah, immediately I was like bring it in here, buddy. Like, woo, let's do it. Like that's awesome. I was just so happy and yeah, I have nothing bad to say about him.
Nice.
Like he our relationship is fine now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Looks like that's all our time, but I really enjoyed talking to you, Nicole. Congratulations. I'll be excited to see you whenever you come to our screens again.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.